Chapter number 3. We're making it through it. We're over halfway done, I promise. Hang in there with me. Calibrachoa. What the heck is a Calibrachoa? A lot of people refer to these as million bells because they're just baskets covered with all these little bell-shaped flowers in it. The thing that makes these really cool is they kind of look like mini petunias. It's not really a petunia at all, but they don't need as much sun as petunias. So if you're creating a custom basket that's going to go on your front porch where maybe it gets kind of shady in the morning but afternoon sun, perfect flower. Mark these down because these are what you want to use. There's amazing colors in here, but let's kind of go through the PDF, which is at the bottom of this video if you don't already have it up, and I'll work through that sheet with you on the varieties that are there. First one is lemon slice. Calibrachoas have like different growing habits. So sometimes they're bushy and round, sometimes they'll go straight across the basket and down. I don't like to mix the two because again, I want that kind of nice round ball of color. Lemon slice is more of that ball type. It kind of grows up and around. It's going to form this nice ball of color, yellow and white. You can't go wrong. Blooms all summer. Water it, fertilize it. It's a great plant. The next one next to it is Coral Sun. Coral Sun is actually the brand new introduction from Proven Winners this year. I trialed a few of it last year and it was amazing. Bloomed and bloomed all summer. I really liked that coral outside with the yellow in the center. It's going to be more of that kind of ball-shaped color as well. Kind of keeping on that theme, Great Punch is right next to it. And Great Punch, when it first came out, it was okay. It didn't really have the real big flower power, but they've gone back and kind of selected the plant so that it has more flower power to it, and that's what I'm all about. And now that they've reintroduced it, it's one of my favorite Calibrachoas. Light purple on the outside, dark purple on the center, that ball-shaped color to it. It's nonstop beauty. The next one was new last year, and it's orange, double orange. You think, that's nice, it's okay. When every basket that I put this flower in stood out because that orange was such a deep, rich orange and the double petals really kind of stood out. If you're looking for an orange, this one is great. It blooms early, it blooms during the summer, it blooms into the fall. It's really good. This one to me isn't quite as much of a ball type as the previous ones I mentioned. It's a little more flat, but would still pair well kind of in that middle ground. The next one is Double Orchid, and in chapter 1 I told you about it was kind of a sub. I didn't actually really order it the first time. It's beautiful. That orchid color, I'm walking through a greenhouse with thousands of baskets like this. I'm always looking at them, checking up on them, and this one stopped me as I was walking through because it looked so good. So another option for your customized hanging basket. The next couple varieties are what I would consider more the flat types. They're gonna go kind of right across the top of your basket and down. Light pink with eye, beautiful kind of pale pink around the outside, darker pink and yellow in the center. Great flower. Dark blue is exactly what it says. It is that kind of navy, dark blue flower. Pairs well with a lot of different things. Really, really good. I was going to say Orange Fantastic. I guess that was a little bit of a Freudian slip. Orange-tastic, it's pretty fantastic. It is a double flower with kind of orange on the outside and red on the inner side of the petals. It's stunning. It's really pretty. It's not a very vigorous plant. In the previous page, we had talked about Vista Bubblegum, this really vigorous petunia. Do not put these two together. Vista Bubblegum would eat this alive. It's not as vigorous as some of the others, but really pretty flower nonetheless. Vampire, you could guess where it's got its name from. It's that kind of blood red flower on the outside. Really pretty, nice red. In the previous page, we talked about Bee's Knees Petunia. It's the first yellow petunia. It's kind of a light yellow. Deep yellow Calibrachoa is what I would still call a true yellow, a deep, dark, rich yellow. You won't find in petunias. Calibrachoa deep yellow is where you want to go for a really deep, deep yellow. It's perfect. There's Bumblebee Blue and Bumblebee Orange. There's all kinds of different starry Calibrachoas out there. I have to kind of pick the best ones, and Bumblebee Blue and Bumblebee Orange are the best out of all of those varieties. They kind of have more than one color on each flower, deep, rich flowers. They're probably more vigorous than some of the other Calibrachoas, so they'll keep up with petunias really well. Both of these are excellent Calibrachoas to use in your custom basket. Double Plum-tastic is actually in one of our combos, the pre-done combos that we talked about in chapter 1. It is not very vigorous, but let me tell you, it is a showstopper. It's that kind of light, silvery color with a little bit of plum in it that really kind of sets off the other colors in the basket. So really good option for that, but it's not very vigorous. So keep that in mind when you're making your basket. And then finally, deep orange, which is another, just a nice orange flower to add. You don't see a real true orange in a petunia. You would get that in the Calibrachoas. So Calibrachoas, remember, these are kind of part sun areas. Another, everybody always laughs at this, but this is, see if I can get this out. This is actually a potato. This is a sweet potato vine, and everybody says, does it really grow potatoes? And you can't quite see it yet, but yes, it really grows sweet potatoes in here. And this chartreuse color is stunning. It makes all the other colors really stand out. It plays nicely with almost anything in your basket and looks great. So potato vine, Ipomea as it's called, comes in a couple different colors. We've picked those out. You'll notice the green that we just saw, the black, and then the brand new one this year is called Medusa. And it looks like Medusa, right? With all of her like little snakes coming out of her heads. It's got all these fingers running out from it. From a long ways away, it almost looks like a fern. And it is this really tight mat in your basket. Really something to add texture and color to your basket. The last ones on this page are Thunbergia. Thunbergia, or a lot of people call them black-eyed Susans because they have that real dark center. This flower goes nonstop all summer, but something to remember. It starts in your basket, it's gonna crawl up to the top, it's gonna grab onto your shingle and go to the left, it's gonna grab onto your windowsill and go to the right. This thing crawls all over the place. But if you have the spot for it, it will bloom all throughout your whole patio, all summer long until, I had one blooming until December. Really fun plant, but it's super vigorous. Okay, you got all that down? That was all chapter number 3. We're gonna go to the last chapter, number 4, to finish up the plants available for your custom basket.